Hello, I am Garrett Godfrey, and welcome to the Crowdfunding Christian Music Podcast, where I'm working to connect artists with fans and fans with artists so you can find and fund the music you love. This is episode 44, recorded Thursday, March 24th, 2016. Think of me as both your tour guide and filter as we look at some current campaigns by Cary Steward, Kristian Ponsford, the Jason Elsworth Band, David and the Psalms, and Steve Bell. I hope you enjoy the show and find something you can connect with and fund. So before we get into the campaigns, I just want to remind you that we've got the timestamps and the links for all the specific campaigns in the show notes. So if you want to jump around or if you want to dig deeper on your own, check out the show notes. It'll be available in the YouTube details or on the website crowdfundingchristianmusic.com. And if you back any of the campaigns or if you just want to help them spread the word, be sure to tweet about it, post it on Facebook, mention it to your friends in real life, spread the word. Maybe mention this show too. If you want to send me some feedback, you can email me, feedback@crowdfundingchristianmusic.com, or use the Twitter. I'm at the other CCM, or there's a submission form on the website you can use as well. So, on to the campaigns. First up tonight is Cary Steward and New Nation out of Morristown, Tennessee, with a Kickstarter campaign for a live recording of worship music. It'll be 14 original tracks plus some bonus material. Let's hear some more about it from his campaign video.
People have been asking, when are you going to have some music out? When are you going to have some material available? Well, we have great news. Great news.
The time is now.
Oh. Okay.
Galatians 5:1 says, "Stand therefore in freedom by which Christ has made us free, and don't be entangled again by the yoke of bondage." Simply stated, we are
free from addiction, hurt, pain, rejection, worldly pressure. Not only are we free from those things, but Christ has made us free to be ourselves.
Free to be uniquely you, just the way God made you. Some of us have spent our whole lives trying to be something or someone else.
We've masked, painted, shaped, and imaged ourselves after things that aren't really us. This is bondage and torture.
Today, freedom is yours. I love the moments when our worship is focused on the Father. Then He turns His gaze upon us and
speaks, "You are my beloved. You are chosen. You are mine. You are free. You're free to love, free to dance. You are
free." Worship is a conversation between us and heaven. Sometimes we speak and heaven responds, and other times heaven speaks and we respond.
Worship is more than just flashy lights, smoke, neat lyrics, a stage setup. Worship is an opportunity to express our love to our Father.
He loves us so much that He freed us to be ourselves. You know, you are uniquely qualified to be you.
No one can do it better. Worship grants us the great opportunity to say, "God, we love you back. You've been made free to hope again, free to love again. You are free."
I'm Cary Steward, better known as Stu. I'm a son, a brother, a husband, and a dad. I'm also the leader of a band here in Tennessee called New Nation. Throughout our 10 years of being together, traveling to events and opportunities, we've seen lives drastically changed, freed, and transformed by the power and the love of God. We've really committed ourselves to releasing the sound of freedom, hope, and love here on earth. And from that desire, several songs have been written for that purpose alone. As a result, people have been asking, left and right, when are you going to have new music out? When are you going to have material out? We need your music. Well, guess what? The time is now. We're taking a leap of faith. On July the 2nd in Morristown, Tennessee, we are recording our very first live album. It will literally be a night of worship captured for all to hear. This album will include 14 original tracks, plus bonus material. But in order to see this project through, we need your help.
So he's got a couple acoustic videos on his YouTube channel to give you a flavor for what his music sounds like. So I'm going to play some of one of his songs, Your Love Is Forever.
How steadfast and precious is your love, oh God. that you would call me friend. Your love found me, your love heals me, your love forever frees me. Lord, you have set your love upon me, yeah. So I will shout your love from the highest. I will declare your works in the nations, for you are mighty, never changing. Your love is forever. Your love is forever.
So his campaign goal is $20,000, and he's 5% there with 12 backers at just over $1,000. But he's got 19 days to go as of tonight. This campaign closes April 13th. For $25, you get a signed copy of the CD, and there are other reward levels, some more, some less, that include a bracelet, early copies, chord charts, backing tracks, t-shirts, and more. So be sure to check it out. Next up is Kristian Ponsford from Cornwall and Isles of Scilly in the UK with a Kickstarter campaign for a live album at a worship and prayer event called, I'm not sure if it's Labish or Labesh. It all started about a year ago when two churches got together for a time of worship and prayer in Cornwall, and people kept coming back and it kept growing, and now they'd like to record a live album with at least 6 songs and some spoken word. Any profits beyond the cost of producing the project will go to Compassion UK, and let's hear some of their music from a video that Kristian has up on his website for the song This Is Living. Here we go.
Waking up knowing there's a reason. All my dreams come alive. Life is for living. With you, I've made my decision. You lift me up, fill my eyes with wonder. Forever young in your love, this freedom's untainted. With you, no moment is wasted. See the sun now bursting through the cloud, black and white, turn to color all around. All is new in the Savior I am found. This is living now. This is living now.
Now their campaign goal is about $1,142 US. So everything would have probably been in pounds, except they don't show us that here in the US on the page. So it's about $1,142 US, and they're over 10% there with $157 pledged by 7 backers. But there are still 3 weeks to go as of tonight. This campaign closes April 15th. They have 50 slots available to get the CD for £5. The next 100 folks would pay £8, and the next 100 would pay $10. And they've said that if you're not in the area, and that normally would be something you would pick up at the next event that they had, they'd be happy to send it to you through the post for an additional £2 if you're in the UK, and I'm sure you could approach them about how to do that in the US or other countries. And then there are additional reward levels available, including a meal or a print of artwork or the band leading worship at your event if it's in Cornwall. So be sure to check it out. Next up is the Jason Elsworth Band out of Kansas City, Missouri, with an Indiegogo project to raise funds to put out their 5th full-length album after 15 years in ministry. Let's hear more about it, and they've got a video right here on their Indiegogo page.
15 years ago, the Lord asked me to take a chance. I thought, who does that? Who leaves the security of their 9 to 5 in order to travel around the world and lead worship? But when you know that it's Jesus standing out there on those waves saying, "Come," what else can you do but get out of the boat and trust that you'll be able to walk on the water too? Thousands of worship gatherings, tens of thousands of people saved, hundreds of thousands of lives forever changed because they encountered the Lord. We are in the process of recording our 5th full-length album. This is all original music, all anthems of worship. I don't want anyone to come and encounter the Holy Spirit and then walk back to something less dynamic. I want this to be a catalyst for deeper intimacy with God. I believe that these songs can give language to the expression of your heart. This ministry has never been about the guys on the stage. When we are all pursuing the same thing, everyone in the room is part of the band. We lift up one song with one voice and one heart. Unity is a powerful tool when you're pursuing God's presence. So we invite you to join with us once again. We want to do something different. We want to make this album available at no cost, free to everyone. The internet makes that possible, but there are still significant costs involved in recording a project like this. We've invested a lot to make this happen, but we invite you, our friends, those who have been touched by our ministry and by our music and by our lives, would you partner with us? We hope to raise $12,000 to cover the remaining costs. Together, we can touch countless more lives. We can provide a resource so that our friends, family, and the people around the world can encounter God.
Let's hear a little bit of what some of their earlier stuff sounds like. They actually had some samples, samples of some of the songs from previous albums on their website. I'm actually going to jump over to their Soundcloud page so we could get a couple in a row. But we're going to listen to snippets from the song Awake and Your Love. So we're going to listen to a couple samples, the songs Awake and You Loved Me with the Cross. Here we go.
Awake, oh sleeper, the bridegroom comes. It's time to rise. Zion's daughters are cleansed and covered and dressed in white. Awake, oh sleeper, the bridegroom comes. It's time to rise.
As they said, their goal is $12,000, and the plan is to be able to provide all this music freely to anyone and everyone from this new album. They're almost 10% of the way to their goal, with over $1,100 raised, and just under 3 weeks are still left as of tonight. This campaign closes April 13th, but this is also flexible funding, which means that even if they don't meet their goal completely, they can still collect what was pledged and use it to complete the project. For $25, you get a copy of the CD mailed to you, and you can download it along with everyone else. For $60, you get a t-shirt and the CD, and then you can always put in any amount up here in this Your Contribution box and click the Contribute Now button if you just want to help out without hitting one specific reward tier. So be sure to check it out. Next up tonight is David and the Psalms out of Sequim, Washington, with a Kickstarter campaign for a 5-song EP of gospel folk worship music. Let's hear more about it on their campaign video.
My heart behind worship music has always been to use accessible melodies that were easy to sing and yet very beautiful. To use simplified lyrics that really explain the gospel of Jesus Christ, both his death and his resurrection. And yet create it in such a way that is fresh and new and creative. We try to honor the old tradition of hymns, but also look forward to write in such a way that expressed our community and to really just focus on serving them. And my hope would be to inspire not only people who might not be interested in the gospel, but also to appeal to other people in churches to try and write their own music as well. Hi, my name's David Rivers. I'm a songwriter and worship leader at Calvary Chapel Squim in Washington. For the last 3 years, I've taken old-time and Irish melodies and infused them with my own lyrics as well as old traditional hymn lyrics. We need to raise $6,000 to record at Jeremy Case Productions, a local studio. With that $6,000, you'll pay for the studio time, the mastering, and the full production. Some of the rewards will be a physical copy of the CD, screen-printed t-shirt of the album cover, private invitation to our CD release concert, or us going to your church and leading a night of worship. With Kickstarter, if we don't raise the $6,000, we don't get any of the amount, and we won't be able to fund the project. So we're appealing to you as friends, community members, family, and those around the world, and even the local church, to help us make this dream possible.
Christ, the solid rock, I stand. All other ground is sand, is sinking sand. On Christ, the solid rock, I stand. All other ground is sand, is sinking sand. On Christ, the solid rock, I stand. All other ground is sand.
Now, the campaign goal is $6,000, and they're about 45% there, with almost $2,700 pledged by 28 backers. For $5, you get a download of the EP. For $12, you get the download and a CD, plus an invite to that CD release worship night. And then there are more reward levels that you heard about on the video, including a t-shirt, thanks on the CD, a live version of a worship song of your choice, and more. So be sure to check it out. Next up is Steve Bell, a Canadian singer-songwriter out of Winnipeg, Canada, with a Kickstarter campaign for a new album. This will be his 20th career album, to be titled Where the Good Way Lies, and to be recorded in analog and released on CD and vinyl. Let's listen to a little bit of his music to get a feel for what he sounds like. Now, I've got some really old stuff going back to, when was this? It was, I want to say late 80s, probably 89, but we're not going to go quite that far back. We're going to go to a project he put out called I Will Not Be Shaken. It's a collection of hymns, and we're going to listen to a little bit of Psalm 13 and Psalm 113. So this is Steve Bell.
Will you hide your face from me? How long? Look on me, answer my call. Oh Lord my God, I need some light before I fall. Must I wrestle with my thoughts? How long? Must I have sorrow in my heart? How long? Look on me. From the rising of the sun to the setting of the same, who is like the one who is our maker? And every citizen belongs to a nation and a name, but high above these things is their keeper. Blessed be the name of the Lord. My heart pounds out this praise. Let every weary doubter be assured, it is He high above the fray.
Now his campaign goal is about $15,000 US, and he's still about 2/3 there, with almost $9,700 pledged by 90 backers and another 3 weeks still to go. This campaign closes April 18th. For about $15 US, you get a download card. For about $37 US, you get a signed CD and a download. For about $74, you get the signed CD and a download, plus a DVD of a new Steve Bell concert. And for about $186, you get all of that, plus the limited edition vinyl LP copy of the project. So, be sure to check it out. That's it for the campaigns this episode, but I'd like to ask you to do something. If this is your first time watching or listening, please subscribe. iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you found this in the first place, you can subscribe. And if you've been with me on this podcast for a while, think of someone else you know that might enjoy the show. Tell them about it this week. Or head over to iTunes or Stitcher or YouTube, wherever you found it. Leave a review, leave a rating of some kind. And here's my feedback challenge. Please let me know if you've ever backed a campaign because you heard about it on this show. If you like the theme song at the beginning of the show, it's Hypostatic Union by the X Structure out of South Africa. All their music is Name Your Price over at Bandcamp right now, so be sure to check them out. And keep coming back. There will be lots more campaigns to cover soon, including Jordan Ware, Dennis Jernigan, some exclusive vinyl pre-order opportunities from Superfan Vinyl, and these guys, One Bad Pig. Wow. In the meantime, you can email me, feedback@crowdfundingchristianmusic.com, message me on Twitter @theotherccm, or you can use the submission form over at the website crowdfundingchristianmusic.com. I'm Garrett Godfrey. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.